Good afternoon from Wingham Park, the Coxwell Brothers one-round competition. Two good sides, well, fairly evenly matched sides. The Warracow Hornets from up the valley against the Rununga Seagull Smithy, and referee this afternoon, Bruce Dacre, identity from over there in Canterbury.
Certainly is the identity, Paul, because it looks like he lost a wee bit of weight as Bruce got the dynamite shorts on, but certainly going to be a great game. I don't think this game will be all Warracows by no means. I see Rununga got a couple of new faces out there with them.
Skipper of the Rununga side, of course, Bernie Green. Good game on Tuesday in the West Coast jerseys. Out in the centres this afternoon for the black and whites. Craig Mawika, top game for the West Coast team. Warracow's mainstay. The referee blows the whistle, and in the West Coast wind the ball will float, the white ball, and it's taken by Reedy, the fullback. Knocked over by some encouraging Warracow defence. Well, the two sides met last Saturday, Smithy. Second half was all Warracow. Rununga will certainly want to turn the tables out here this afternoon.
Certainly got a lot of work to do up front for the Rununga boys if they want to put pressure on this Warracow defence, Paul, because they're a committed side on these Warracow boys of late.
Well, Danny Lee, the kicking specialist for the black and whites, drives it downfield just about in the in-goal area. It wasn't quite. Been picked up, and they'll bring it away in the form of Wells. Brings it up to the quarter line before he's knocked over by Bernie Green, the skipper for the Rununga side. Now Gibson tries to get away from dummy half. He's been caught and picked over by the Seagulls. Kilkelly. Wing nut screwed to the ground, was it? No.
It will be that time. It was young Matthew Fahey before, but just trying to work out some of these Rununga players. Paul, a lot of new faces out there again today for the Rununga time. This time big Kevin Kilkelly puts the kick up. Gets over halfway, bounces in front of Danny McPate before he takes it up about 2 or 3 metres.
And they meet him front on. He's been knocked over and he'll play. The little stocky forward for Warracow. Now Rununga inside their own half. They'll start to use the big players. There's Williamson. Nobby Williams makes a few runs. Couple of metres made. Snow way for a dummy half. Calling for it was Lee. Half back this afternoon for Danny Lee, so he can play anywhere, Smithy.
Certainly can, Paul. He's a versatile player for the Rununga side, and according to Lester, last time they met, he looked the most outstanding forward out there last week, so he can prove it by being the most outstanding back out here this week.
Hines, the main defender for Warracow. Then it comes to Lee, puts the wee kick through, wasn't over the heads. It's been picked up, and Warracow have got possession. Fade to play. Now Mawika goes across field, grandstand side over the quarter line, but he's been knocked over. He'll get up and play it. 2 tackles gone out along the line. We've got well, is that Hines or who is it?
It's Hines, all right. The centre, Paul, there picks up young McEnroe, only one man to beat, but they take him, they group on him to the Rununga players finally, and put him down about midway, quarter and halfway. Warracow hot on attack.
Now they got their line deep. Daly on to Mawika. Now we've got Gibson coming in the long cut out pass. Kilkelly standing out wide. Not a good pass by Kilkelly, the prop forward. Wells, he'd have to be a giraffe. He's not. He's only a winger, and he couldn't get the leeway or take the ball cleanly. And well, I don't know where Kilkelly was actually passing the ball that time.
Well, certainly went to ground that time. Paul took the momentum out of the Warracow attack and finally lost the ball, and certainly Rununga could breathe a sigh of relief for that unforced error.
Referee Bruce Dacre taking a leaf out of the Red Barons book. He's coaching both sides. Keep back your 5 metres from your scrum. New rules, of course. I think they're up with the field, Smithy.
Well, Bruce reckons he'll have the best scrums out here today. He reckons he knows how to put scrums down over in Canterbury, Paul. He reckons he's the only one that's got good scrums over there. If you want to see good scrums put down, you'll see them out here today. So
we'll keep a close eye on Bruce Dacre this afternoon, but let's get on with the game and up towards the halfway. The Rununga Forge take the ball. Nobby Williams plays. Now we've got Smith, sends it back into Lee. Lee, one-handed pass, picked up there by the big prop Heslin. He goes back into the fray. No way through there. There's red Hornets everywhere.
Hornets are buzzing all right. They put Heslin down, or centre's picked the ball up now. It's Zambezi, is it? Now it comes out wide to Erky Green. He puts a looping pass in, knocked forward by the Rununga players. Playing the advantage is the referee Bruce Dacre, but no advantage for the Hornets that time, and we'll have a scrum 3 metres inside the Rununga territory, harder close up on the broadcasting side.
Few handling errors in the first few minutes out here at Wingham Park. No score on the board as yet. Down goes the scrums. Awika puts it in. He's got it. There's a scramble and a shuffle on the ball. Knocked on. And it goes again, and this time it's a changeover. Danny Lee will put it in. Jerry Glenn zooms the camera right in. How was it? It was against the head. It's gone the Warrakau way. Good scrum to the Hornets. Mawika goes the open side, but he's been knocked over. Back slammer. Snow Wafer was off the back, and the other half back for the Rununga side. Picked him up as well, Lee. But quick hands by the Warrakau side. Hines standing out the centres. Gets a pass out to no man's land. It's been picked up by the Rununga side. Bernie Green running it well. Where's he going to go? He turns it back infield. Smith's got it. Goes dance back and across the quarter line, but he's been taken by the cover defence. And Enterprise and run well. Warrakau throwing a few leeway passes out wide. Now Lee, he's busted straight through. Danny Lee's got the fullback to beat. He'll crash over in the tackle. Oh, good tackle there from the Seagulls. They're hot this afternoon out here at Wingham Park.
Certainly he's got to capitalise on that bad pass by Hines. That time went to loose area, and the Rununga players quick to regroup, and the former Danny Lee there, Paul, and he just ran on the ball on the burst, and he just burst through the first line of defence, and he got the try as easy as you like in the end, and I'd say the conversion wouldn't be out of his range either. So 4 points to nil to the Rununga side. 6 minutes of rugby league, and already they've put in their mark on this game out here.
And the wind blows too. So kicker will certainly try and allow for the win there, but Enterprise and play, it's been up and down out here so far in this first early minutes of the first quarter. But this Rununga side, it just shows you can't leave scraps on the ground. The Seagulls will be quick to capitalise and pick them up, and that's what's happened, and they've scored a good try. Danny Lee's converted the conversion, and it's 6 points to Lee, no points to Warrakau Hornets, and Rununga in front, and they'll be quite happy. Tails will be flying in the air, Smithy.
Certainly will. I think they're playing better football than the Hornets at the moment. Are the Seagulls, Paul? They're doing the basics, sending their two props up, trying to keep their mistakes down to a minimum, Paul. That was Warrakau not setting that base yet. They're trying just a wee bit too much too early, and I think it's just costing them by the Saints, as you say, picking the scraps up, the Seagulls, and just applying pressure, and finally got that 4-pointer to Danny Lee.
Well, we picked Warrakau this morning on the radio. We thought they should, in the last quarter, come out on top. It'll be interesting. The Seagulls in front at the moment, the black and whites. Some call them the Magpies, we call them the Seagulls. Down goes the kick, good kick too, well taken, second rower.
Two new second rows there, held tackled before McEnroe come away with the ball, and referee's got no choice but to put down a scrum. Paul, he didn't see what actually happened there.
I missed it myself, Smithy.
Well, it was after it was held. It was going nowhere with the second row, stepped down, and the ball come loose, and the Warrakau come away with it. But we'll have a scrum now. Warrakau pick up the scrum this time. Young wingnut doubles around Tommy Daly, but he's going nowhere through there as Mark Dixon closes him off there.
McLaughlin to play, centre field, right on that quarterway line inside the Rununga half. Now we've got Kilcally, good game on Tuesday too, the big prop forward for Warrakau for West Coast, plays it on that quarter line. Daly at dummy half, now here comes Moweek, a bit of a gap, starts to open up but closes just as quick as his opposite Lee puts him on the ground. Heslin was there as well. Now they'll work it across the open side. There's a good ball coming into the line, was Gibson, took it on the flight, but he's been knocked over the defence. Equal to the occasion, he'll play it. Bernie Green in defence. Where's it going now? Long cut out pass, floats in the wind, gets into the hands of Daly. Daly turns it back infield, got Hines on his outer. Hines comes up towards the post, but he's knocked down 15 metres short. Last tackle coming up for the Reds now. The Hornets, they're hot. Along the goes Moweek, a cheeky little kick into no man's land. In the in goal area goes as a dive for him. Pate puts his boot to it just as well. The Hornets flying in on that loose ball then, and 4 points subsided away from the grasp of the red Warrakau side.
Yeah, I think the ball might have been over there before McPate had to deal with it, Paul, because we were having a tap on the 22 rules of referee, so certainly McPate was only covering all options, but we'll have the tap as now the other second row, two new second rows for the Rununga Seagulls out here today. They work it up. He brings it up about 5 metres outside his quarter. Calls the big prop and Nobby Williamson takes it up towards halfway, gets the ball away to the second row in 2 moves, and we've brought the game up to halfway. So this rununga side are really turning on the power out here today.
The black and whites are in good form. They got him standing out wide again. A lot of work in these opening parts. These second row, identical looking second rowers too. Rugby recruits from info that we possibly have. But let's get on here. We got Green going across field, right into the fray he goes. He's knocked over about 10 metres centre field inside the Warracow half. They'll play it. 4 tackles gone. Danny Lee props off his foot, turns it back infield. He's got the second rower off his outside on his right, and he's taken and knocked over, so the kick will come from Lee. He's got the wind right behind him, but he fires a long floating pass. Dixon was there, coming into the line there was Reedy, still standing out the line. It goes on to Snow Wafer, ducks under one tackle, keeping it alive, Dixon. Oh, they're starting to move it. She's hot potato stuff as Snow Wafer puts it up in the air. A floating, awkward looking kick. It bounces, awkwardly picked up by the Warracow side, and he's parried on for 6.
Warracow made a mess of that one, Paul. Now we pick up a backward pass by Danny Lee to Snow Waver, keeping it alive. Big Heston's in, trying to barge over the line, but no way through the wall for the Warracow side, just turning back.
So 1 tackle gone, they got 5 in hand. Referee says let him off, can get up and let him play it. And blows his whistle, Bruce Dacre. Echoes out here in the Wingham Park stand of the stadium, and the crowd go wild. And the referee says, I've given the penalty to Rununga, let him up and play it, and rightly so too.
Yes, and a big crowd out here today too, watching this clash between the two sides, the Hornets and the Seagulls, Paul. And another chance for Danny Lee to put points on the board. 6 points to 0 to the Rununga side, playing a long way more accomplished football than the Warracow. Certainly the Hornets don't look like they want this game, not in this early part.
Well, Danny Lee certainly wants the 2 points, and the golden boot, or the black and white boot of Lee, puts it over between the posts. Another 2 points to Danny Lee, so it's 8 points to 0. And the Rununga side in this first quarter, it's been all the black and whites, the Seagulls. They're on top at the moment, Wayne Smith.
Certainly on top, and the way they're playing, they'll probably stay there too, unless the Warracow sort themselves out, Paul, because playing a better football out of the Rununga boys. They're putting pressure on, showing applying the right basics, keeping their ball alive, like you say. Really good football being exercised out here on the park by the Seagulls today.
Well, I don't know if you'll see the Mexican wave out here this afternoon, Smithy.
Well, he's...
But Wells has got possession, referee says.
Let him go 5 metres. You're 8 metres from the kicker.
Bruce Dacre having no confrontation or discussion with the players. He tells them what he wants and then blows the whistle.
Well, inside the 5, not letting the player offside the rule in the airport, not letting the player go 5 metres, and rightly so. He's been penalised as Bernard Green, the skipper and coach for Rununga.
So they got the black and white line right across. Looks good. We'll see how strong the wall is. Defensive line for Rununga. The attacking mode starting to get moving now for the Hornets. Tapped by Daly. He's got his little prop forward coming through. Runs hard, runs straight, goes to ground. Good defence. Knocked over by Williams. McPake was there as well. Now they'll use Kilkelly. Tries to get it up. 3 defenders got him. Smith wraps his legs together. 2 tackles gone. 4 in hand. They're starting to move at the open side. Mawika. Bork goes himself, finds a bit of a gap, but they put him on the ground. Not much room made at the moment, Smelly.
Certainly not much room being made, all right, Paul. Now they start to open up wide. Goes out across the field. This time by Warracow, they get bundled in defence as well. Pretty good out wide there for the Rununga side.
No way through the black and white line. They'll start to use, looks like Mawika, Dean Mawika.
Coming off the fullback, the Dean Mawika, now filling in for Paul Gibson on the fullback, because he's got his shoulder hurt last week. The ball goes to the ground again for the Warracow when they're putting the little cross on Paul, and just an area there took the pressure off the Rununga defence.
So Rununga camped in their own quarter. They'll start to use the big players and they'll bust their way up. They do it well too. Well, this is the best effort I've seen Rununga so far for 89.
Well, that's good play by Nobby Williams out here today. And now big Kevin Heslin, they're both coming away with it, Paul, bringing it up, making meters all the time. They bring it up towards halfway. It's no way for tries to run from dummy half. No way across past there. This time he picks up his... skipper Danny Lee this time looks for the outside. Snow Wavers on him. They've got the 2-on-1 situation here. Now Danny Lee's really applying the Paul. Can McEnroe catch him in time?
Oh, it's going to be close here. What'll they rule? It looks like he's gone, and yes, he's given the try. Well, he took the paint off the flag as he dived across, and McEnroe coming across like a bullet, trying to home in on his target of Lee, but Lee, well, that was great football, casual football by the Rununga line there. Snow, Wafer and Lee, all the time in the world. Wafer's received a bit of treatment in the process. He's on the sideline, bit of an injury there. He's been playing good football in the last couple of weeks, but great try to the Black and Whites. They mean business out here in this Coxon Brothers one-round competition match, Wingham Park, April the 3rd.
Well, they're taking the Hornets to the cleaners out here today. They've got to wake up their ideas and get a bit of a pattern going, the Hornets, because this Rununga side really turned it on. As you say, Snow Wafer took a wee bit of knock, had to set himself up there. Paul, he had to take the tackle as he got the ball away to Danny Lee again, and in doing so he got the try, but also got a bit of a knock in the process. But good play here by the Seagulls out here. They've got back to a form of, I don't know whether it's the referee Brucey Dacre, but the last time he refereed them, he reckoned they won a grand final or something, and this time he's got them out here again today, and they're playing top rugby league, showing this Warwick side how to play rugby league, that's for sure.
Well, the thing about Rununga this afternoon, they're using their forwards, they're setting it up well, they're taking it up, taking the knocks, taking it right into that Warwick hornet nest, getting stung for it, but doing their job well, and then they're moving along the back line, and the back line fairly slick this afternoon for the Seagulls.
Fairly slick, all right, Paul, but you've said it all there. They've set up the platform with those forwards, big prop forwards, and they're doing their job well out here today.
Oh, good kick by Lee, just curled, went across the face, a bit of a cut on that kick by Lee, and flagged away by the touch judges over the far side. 12 points to 0, that's how it is, and we end towards the last minutes in this first quarter. It's been all Black and Whites out here at the moment. Warwick will bring it back to the halfway line, and no doubt Lester Mawika won't be happy with the proceedings at the moment out here, Smithy.
Won't be smiling, that's for sure. This time a little sneaky kick by Tommy Daly, but the hooker Smith was awake to that. Paul, he claims the ball about 10 metres short of the line. Dixon does a backward loop before he turns and confronts the enemy, but he doesn't make much ground before he's put on 4 in hand.
4 in hand, 2 gone. Wafer received the knock, he's going, he'll feed his second row, Stocky second row, takes it up to the number 11. Then a dummy half is Wafer again, across it goes to Lee. We've got the big runners coming through. Heslin's there, he's been knocked. Was it Heslin or Nobby Williams?
It was Nobby there, Paul, playing a bit again today as Nobby Williams takes it up. The Warwick defence was inside the 5 and will have a penalty, says the referee, Mr. Bruce Dacre, and that's what he's got. A little bit of attention here. He's shown McLaughlin the standoff for Warwick. Looked like he might have just twisted that ankle there, Paul, so Warwick playing with 12. They got a penalty off them, and we're about 5 metres short of the quarter line Warwick territory, so what can Rununga do from here?
They'll start and move it away. This time it's Heslin, goes up and meets the Warwick front force. He's been knocked over just out from the quarter line. They've got their line deep, standing with it. Dixon, now he'll feed Nobby Williams. This is good rugby league by the Black and Whites.
Setting things up, Paul, bringing it up, putting the pressure on, looking for some moves there, but Nobby couldn't get it away. Comes back to Danny Lee this time. He's going to do the loop around, holds the ball, brings in the hooker Smith from a deep down, but he doesn't beat the defence. Mawika slams him to the deck, Craig does.
They got an overlap out here on the broadcasting side. They'll use Green this time. He goes in to go in to meet him and put him on the ground. Mawika was there, so too was McEnroe. Now they'll swing at the open, turns a backward flip there from Lee across. It went for Williams. He's left it behind, and knock on was ruled by the referee this afternoon from Canterbury, Bruce Dacre. Scrum will go down 10 metres out from that Warwick line, 15 metres from the broadcasting touch. Mawika will feed. Good halfback, this Mawika, will play anywhere, and he's got the possession for his Warwick side as they come up to the quarter line. The former Hines, he's been knocked over just short, 5 tackles in hand.
5 tackles in hand, but the Warwick side only got 12 players. Kerry McLaughlin's been carried off, Paul. I don't think he'd be going back on there. A lot of pressure on that ankle by the looks of it, so they'll have to bring the reserves on.
The weaker dummy half feeds a little prop forward. He'll bring it up. Now we've got 3 tackles going, 3 in hand. Warwick talking. Where's their runners? Daly looking for Kilkelly. Uses him as a decoy. Turns it back in field, but no way through that good defence, and great defence actually from Heslin that time, the big prop forward for the Rununga side.
He certainly does, putting a lot of defence in. There's Kevin Heslin today. Willie Harris couldn't get his way through there, Paul. That's the Craig Mawika now tries on the defence, but Snow Wafer, the instigator of the try before, is in there. The kick from Tommy Daly tries to find Reedy out. He knocks the ball back, Paul. He knocks it all over the place. It still goes back there. He comes up, tries to take the defence on. He's only got Wells to beat, but no way through there as Wells closes the door.
Well, I don't know if Alan O'Connell was flicking at a mosquito or what, Smithy. I thought he was going to put his flag up, then he suddenly put it down again.
Well, there was already a tackle, Paul. No ruling there. He should know the rules. He's a referee. Could have been a mosquito. Could have been just flies hanging around for the Seagulls to pick up.
So they play and work it. 3 tackles gone now. Along the line it goes. Smith standing out wide, gets it over the far side to Reedy. He's been knocked over and he'll play it just over the halfway line. The winger on the far side, quick play, the ball needed. They'll use the second row, busts upfield too, takes the pressure right into the Reds. Now we've got 2 tackles in hand for the black and white. Turn at the short side. They put the little kick through down over the far side, trying to find the touch line, but it's been saved, and Warwickshire have got possession, and they'll try and move it out, just out from the quarter line, but only 2 tackles gone, only about half a metre made. Not good football at the moment from the Reds.
There's no forwards coming up now. Dean Wawika comes up from fullback. Paul tries to make ground, bust through there, but finally they hold him up to the Seagulls about 5 metres short of halfway.
12 points to 0. The black and whites, the Seagulls in front as Kilkelly comes up, the prop forward for Warwickshire. Untidy ball by Kilkelly, not a good pass, and it's gone to ground, and the scrum will go down just inside, a metre inside the Warwickshire half centre field, and Rununga will get the feed in the form of Danny Lee.
It's like the replacement's been made here. We'll move young Faye out, Paul, and put the, looks like Michael Gibson, the replacement player for young McLaughlin.
So scrum goes down, been won by Warwickshire. Referee Dacre blows his whistle, says you're coming off the back, coming round too quick, offside. And the penalty's gone to the Hornets, and they'll kick over that far grandstand touchline.
Well, the only thing the Valley Hornets side are winning, Paul, are the scrums. They've won 2 against the head, 5 scrums to 1 to Warwickshire so far, and 2 against the head, but they're not winning the game out here. We're playing better basic football.
Well, Rununga with the wind behind them, tails in the air too. They work a wall in the middle of nowhere. They'll use Kilkelly, split him right through. Certainly the wall will work. The big player's away. He busts up to Reedy. Reedy's got him. Oh, tried to get the pass up. It's gone back. Warwickshire on attack. Here come the Hornets.
Now they're a buzzing. Now they've got to keep it going. The Hornets got to apply the pressure, keep the skills. And now Craig Mawika tries to take the defence on. Still going Mawika, but the defence group on him before they hold him up in the tackle.
Ulrico player prop forward, gets it out to Daly, does a pirouette, long pass out here, still moving a Fay, one-handed pass over the far side to Wells, bit of room to move, gets it back into Fay, he's not far away before he hits the ground, only about a metre short. He'll play it, they get the players off him, long pass, on it comes to Hines, good pass by Hines to Daly, used the big player, Kilkelly takes it into the fray, but he's met and put down 10 metres short, and this Warwickshire side, the better first glimpse of form we've seen out here this afternoon.
Starting to play it now, Mawika decides to run himself there, but nowhere through there, so it's big Kevin Hesselin as he holds him up. Only about 1 tackle in hand, Paul. They've got to try and bridge it. Now Daly will go for the little kick as Daly kicks it back, but the Rununga players, they cover it. Snow wafers quick to the ground and he picks up the loose ball.
Well, Snow melts on the ball that time, and he's got possession for the black and whites. 2 tackles gone now as they try and take it out from their own line. Hesselin gets up and plays it. Now they'll use the Bernie Green, I think it was. He's been knocked over. 3 tackles gone now. Smith moves into dummy half. Where's it going? It goes across to Lee. Use the other bus to the second row. Up he'll go before he's knocked over too. Well, now is the prop forward, Nobby Williams. Plays it.
Having a good game for the Rununga side. When this time the fullback comes in, it tries to go through there. No way through there as Michael Gibson puts him back. But Danny Lee's got a bit of space to move, and now he takes on the defence, but Craig Mawika gets back and closes it up for him.
Way for dummy half. Now the kick. Oh yeah, finds touch too, puts pressure right on the side. Good kick by Williams that time. Over this broadcasting touch, a metre or so short of the halfway, and the scrum will go down.
Well, you might call it good, I would just say adequate, that's all, but they've done it, he got it out, so we'll have the scrum. Warwickshire got the feed, they're still playing this game in Rununga territory, and if they win the hook, they'll have 6 on hand.
Any kick that goes out in the bounce and takes the pressure is a good one, Smithy. You might disagree.
I certainly do disagree there, Paul.
Well, the play goes on. The scrum's been won by Warwickshire. It's been knocked on. And there we'll have a scrum centre field, metre inside the Rununga half. This time the Rununga side will feed Lee.
Well, bad basics by Tommy Daly that time. Been around a long time. What's the ball? Get it into hand. He lost it forward, Paul, and took the pressure right off the Rununga Seagulls.
Wasn't really hooked that time, but Lee comes up with possession, comes across to Bernie Green, force end. Fortune for Lee, for Green that time, but he's knocked over. Still camped in the half. Dixon gets it up. Nice ball. We've got the runners coming through. And they're using it well. They're using their forwards to good effect this afternoon, the Seagulls. Leading by 12 points to 0 as they play at 15 metres inside the half. They'll use the big players now. We've got Nobby Williams, and he's taking it up all day this first quarter, Smithy.
Certainly do, and he's setting the platform. Having a good game for the Seagulls today is Nobby Williams. This time Snow Wafer tries to keep the ball alive. He pops it up to the second row, but lucky to hold on to that ball was the Rununga side that time.
They plug it over that grandstand side. Green again finds Wafer. He's in a lot of play, Snow Wafer. Danny Lee's got possession now. He's knocked over. No, it wasn't Lee.
Smith the hooker it was.
The hooker it was. Now it comes to Lee. Puts a little kick through. Possibly going for the drop kick that time.
Oh.
Came off his boot. Offside position. Well, Tommy Daly, you said he's been round a long time. Might want
on time earned enough, but anyway he made a made an attempt to take the ball. He got it, of course, but he got the penalty, and this should be an easy kick for Danny Lee today.
right out in front, so it's Lee 12, Warwicktown 0. Comes back, got the win behind him, mind you, Danny Lee, and no mistake about it, 14 points to 0. And the Seagulls really picking that Hornets nest to pieces out here at the moment in the second quarter.
Well, certainly got them in a honeycomb situation, that's for sure. There's holes all over the place as the Hornets come back to the halfway mark, and Seagulls will be happy with their form. They've done all the basic stuff, set it up with their big prop forwards, especially this Nobby Williams. Had a really great first quarter out here today, and he's still playing well into the second quarter. And Snow Wafer, he's in everything today for the Rununga side, so having a better game than the Warrior boys, Paul, you can't really pick anybody outstanding out for them at this stage.
A lot of talking out here at the moment. Capacity crowd.
Old Township of Rununga out here today, and of course Nelson Creek's got nobody in it today, but now they've tried to open it up. Reedy comes in off the short pass, but no way through there as Hines snaps his legs together. Working it away this time is Bernard Green, takes it up about 3 metres short of halfway.
Smith will go into dummy half. They work a switch, long pass, and it comes Dixon. Cuddy a pass again. McPake balks on his feet, still going McPake. Finally they put him down. Gibson's got his feet and wraps them together. Michael Gibson, so he'll play it now. Untidy pass that time from the centre for the Rununga side, but it goes out along the line. A little cheeky kick been picked up by Dean Mawika. He'll shrug off Lee. Still going Mawika. Takes a power of putting down to the fullback.
Finally they put him down about 5 metres short of halfway. 5 and a half for the Warwicktown side. They've got to hold it for 6 if they're going to put pressure on now. His brother Craig Mawika stokes up towards halfway. Gets the pass away out wide to McEnroe. McEnroe starts to show a bit of speed, Paul, but the coast sender Bernie Green gets back and covers the game for Rununga that time.
Still got a bit of zip as old Bernie Green had to have it too to pick up McEnroe, but that goes across the line. Mawika joins in, tunes in too, that's Mawika. Long pass infield, oh, it's been knocked on by Gibson, it's gone to ground. Rununga pick it up. Well, things not going right for the Hornets this afternoon.
Well, basic play, Paul. Not good passes, not good handling out there for the Hornets. It's their own fault. It's nobody else's. As the Rununga side regroup now and try to bring it up. They were looking a wee bit patchy there for a while, Rununga side, but they got the ball back now. Now they're going to throw everything in at the Hornets. They're winning this game by 14 points to 0, and they deserved it too. They're playing better football out here today.
14 points to 0. Hughes Heslin up towards the halfway. Hard bust and run. Plays it, Lee, the distributor. Long cut-out pass, finds Dixon, props off his foot. Can't beat the defence of Daly. Daly puts him down 2 metres short, halfway. Lee says, let's get down into their half. Long strike and kick by Lee. Bounces. Picked up by Mawika. Dean Mawika goes across. Oh, chancing his arm out there this afternoon.
Certainly was. There was more Rununga players there than Warwicktown. Not a very good basic that time, trying to keep the ball away. But now this time Rununga, they're inside the 5 and we'll have a penalty to the Warrior side.
So penalty gone to Warwicktown. Bit of the hum gone out of the game at the moment in this last couple of minutes. 14-0, the black and white Seagulls from Rununga in front. McEnroe taps. McEnroe still going up over the halfway before he's knocked down short. Gets up and plays a good defence, Heslin. Oh, they lost the ball, been picked up by the second rower. Now Reedy.
Now Rununga lose the ball forward. McEnroe goes back, tries to keep it alive, but no one picks it up. Oh, no way, for you can't have that. You had a lost ball forward, says the referee, Mr. Bruce Taker, and we'll go back for the scrum. Well, Warwick just lethargic on doing things poorly. The only one out there trying to do something smart was young McEnroe, but the other players just don't seem to be in this game.
Well, they might have played their game last weekend, a lot of the pundits will be saying.
Well, yes, they probably play better on the Blackberry Juice out of black ball, but this time they come up towards halfway. McEnroe takes it. A high tackle there by the standoff, and Dixon Paul on McEnroe will have a penalty, says the referee, Mr. Bruce Staker.
So Tony Hines
looks to find touch this time. A better looking kick by Hines. He makes about 10 metres.
Reenactment, McEnroe tap. Will he go on himself? No, you use that the wee prop again. Will he hang on to it? Yes, he does. So it's not a reenactment, it's attack from the Warwick-Cow side. Bit of a dummy thrown here by Craig Mawiga, still going. And we're in for the Warwick-Cow try, yes.
Looks like Willie Harris. Good play by Craig Mawick at that time. Paul had Harris running off his shoulder. Paul went to go and throw the pass to Harris, through the dummy instead, found the gap one in there, straight through. He had the ability, says, I'm not going to do what my cousin did to me last on Tuesday and not pass the ball. Craig passed the ball and the try was always on after the pass.
Good try, first glimpse of form from the Warwick-Cow side. The former Mawiga outfoxed him.
The wily halfback, they said, playing like Brendan Tudor used to play for Canterbury, is Mawiga Paul. When he puts his mind on the job, he's a wily man to stop. He showed it there, certainly created the try for Willie Harris that time.
He's not going to Western Suburbs, Smithy, is he?
Well, the old Warwick-Cow boys will hope not, Paul. Certainly a lot more football for Warwick-Cow here on the coast yet.
So the conversion was successful, 14 points to 6, bit of respectability coming back into this clash. The Coxswain brothers one rounder out here at Wingham Park, and quite an entertaining game now that things are starting to get put together.
Certainly, Paul, they'll have to, the old Rununga boys will have to try and stem the flow. They'll have to really put it back onto the Warwick-Cow boys, because as they know from last week, how the Warwick-Cow can finish.
Oh, soccer Georgie Best style there by Dean Mawiga.
Dean's doing his best. Brings it up about 5 metres short of the quarter. This time Thomas, the little prop forward, brings it up. He brings it up over the quarter before he gets the attention of the hooker and the loose forward and Snow Wafer.
Willie Harris, dummy half. Just Warwick-Cow starting to spark up a bit now with that try.
Now Peter Hines takes it away to loose forward. Tackles made by Smith, the hooker for Rununga.
Kilkelly trying to get him to run, but they work a switch. It comes across Daly onto Tony Hines, steps off his feet, steps well too, still going across field, finding holes. Here comes Hines, he says, comes across, brushes off fire, he's still going. Reedy couldn't take him, turns a one-handed pass and picked up, fingertip control by Mawiga. That was a good run by Hines.
Certainly a good run, Paul, but he possibly just went too far. He didn't pick up his cover in time, but they regrouped fast to the Warwick-Cow team now. Now they're bringing it wide, but nobody running onto it yet. Here comes the boys now. Dean Mawiga's running on, but snapped down by Dixon. Will have 6 more for the Warwick-Cow. They're still on. They're walking back into the defence are the Rununga boys. This time big Kevin Kilkelly starts to step it up, Paul, but he's taken by his prop forward Kevin Heslin.
4 tackles in hand, slow to regroup, couldn't agree more. Rununga look as though they're tiring a wee bit. Here comes a better pass onto Harris, knocked over, he'll play it. Going into dummy half now is Daly looking for his runners, gets it out to Hines, still going. Turner, where is it gone now? They're keeping it alive. This is Warwick-Cow back to their old form.
They're starting to plug this line. Paul still got 2 tackles in hand as they start to bring it back towards the broadcasting side. Goes on his knees, does Tommy Daly, pops it up to big Kevin Kilkelly, but no way through there. We've got 1 in hand now, says the Rununga defence.
Slow to his feet, Kilkelly knocked over, some good defence that time too. They're trying to keep Warwickar out. Mawika steps well, turns it back into Daly. Oh, it's gone to ground, it's been picked up. Bernie Green's got possession for the Rununga side, and the Seagulls, they breathe a sigh of relief. They're not in a flap now, and they've got possession right on their quarter line. They're lucky there, Smithy.
Certainly lucky, but the defence held out. Now they're bringing away Paul, the Rununga players, as the Warwickar tried to stand them down there, but hurting that confrontation was one of the Warwickar players. Looks like young Matthew Fay.
Well, looked like he was in front of that tackle, Smithy.
Put the head in the wrong place, Paul. Probably a wee bit of rugby training there. Took the knock to the face for his troubles.
Shoulder.
Oh, it's on the shoulder, yep.
Come back when you're ready. Clear your mind. Hold it out. When I blow the whistle.
Well, a lot of respect this afternoon by Bruce Dacre, the players. He's got control, Smithy.
Certainly got the control. There's no rubbish out here today. Both teams are playing rugby league. He's certainly controlling a good game of rugby league too, as the referee from Canterbury, Mr. Bruce Dacre. A few tips given to him last night, Paul. Whether he's used those or not, I don't know, but he's certainly got good control out here today.
Oh, Teddy Guplet will be pleased with his performance. He'll have his pencil out and pen. But the game goes on out here.
Just too many players in the line that time, possibly for Rununga. The Hornets got across and covered that. They now Bernard Green tries to shake up, puts the ball to the ground to Smith from the pass from Green and picks it up as quick as a flash. So there's Craig Mawika for the Warwickar team.
Well, Smith was watching the defence, wasn't watching the ball, and that's what happens when you do that. And Warwickar have now knocked the ball back, but the penalty's gone to the red side, the Hornets. So stop-start affair in the last couple of minutes out here at Wingham Park. Half-time just about upon us.
Inside the 5 that time, Paul. Yes, group in this Warwickar side. They've got no backs out here except for Steve Wells, so I don't know what sort of move they've got up their sleeve this time. I know young Maffei is off, but...
Well, that could be the great move, Smithy. Well and truly bunched.
Well, there you are. A bit of comedy from the co-host here.
Kilkelly
brings it up over halfway, plays it to himself now, takes on big Nobby Williams and pops it up to Tommy Daly. He's got the runner in Craig Mawika there, backing up again other Warwickar players, but put it to ground once again, and Danny Lee says thank you very much. I'll relieve the pressure for the Rununga side.
14-6, the black and white's in front. Now Bernie Green starts to get his feet stoken. Up he comes towards the halfway before he's knocked over. Daly underneath wraps him together. Comes out the broadcasting side. Now we've got Heslin, one-handed pass, went to delay, decoy it back, but he's been put on the ground. He'll play it. Hines the defender, Peter Hines. Lee goes across field. Knock on.
It's time the Rununga players put on the ground, just standing too flat, I think, Rununga at the moment, and nothing happening for them out wide, and the Warwickar team just can cover what they're doing.
A few walking wounded out here at the moment. A wee bit straighter than that. 7 was the call from Dacre, the referee. And
well, certainly I'll have to agree with Mr. Bruce Dacre there that time. Craig Mawika put that in the second row, Paul.
West Coast halfback, Craig Mawika, being taught or coached at the moment on the coast side by another good halfback in Don Monk. Learned a few of Monkey's lessons. Jungle trick that was.
Jungle trick, and looks like we've got a replacement player. Of course, the renowned Warwickar player of a few years, Paul, and Mr. Kevin Krokrowski, possibly his last game in the red and blue and yellow jersey on the case for the Warwickar team.
Well, it depends what the club jerseys are down south.
Hello. Straight away he's in there. He's going to put a wee bit of dishing out here by Cracker and he's in for a penalty. Stepped out by the referee, Mr. Bruce Dacker, straight away.
Well, he's only on here for a minute and he's backing under the showers. Lester will be shaking his head. Lester will be thinking, cracker, I want you to play a cracker. And he's had a cracker.
He's had a cracker. He's only had about 2 seconds of rugby league and already he's been defrosted.
Well, cracker. There he is. True to form Karosky, they call him. He's going down the Southland area. Look out, Southland. So the crowd enjoyed that Game Boy cracker.
Well, I don't think he even warmed up, but they defrosted him already, has the referee, Mr. Dacker, says go back and cool off. We don't want any of that trouble. Now Bernie Green starts to sharpen up, and easy as you like, the green of old, he gets a 4-pointer under the black dot.
Well, I think the Warwick side were looking there for the extra man. They didn't realise he had gone. They thought he was on there, but he's on and off. The play you have when you're not having a player, the Clayton's forward.
The defence that wasn't there when you thought it was, and Bernie Green took great advantage of it, Paul. He cracked up at Bernie Green of old there, and he just jiggled his way right through him, left to right, and he had to try under the black dot.
Good try too. He came on at speed. That's what happens when you move onto that ball fast. You got the speed behind you, and straight through some weak defence then Warwick in sixes and sixes there at that time.
Danny Lee converts to try, Paul. 20 points to 6 to the Rununga side. They've had a bit of this game. Warwick here now playing with 12 players. Paul, we've got about 2 minutes of this first half to go, and the Rununga boys well and truly in control of this game. So no doubt Cracker Krosky thought he'll come out here and do a bit of softening up. The referee says, well, we don't mind a bit of softening up, Mr. Krosky, but just leave that head alone, otherwise you'll end up having longer spell than 10 minutes. Danny Lee now starts to work it away, picks up the centre out wide, but no way through there as McEnroe picks him up, puts him on the ground. He's lucky to hold the ball that time, was the centre for Rununga.
Yeah, they use Reedy, goes across field, 20 points to 6. Seagulls in front, one man down, Warwick. Russell Smith, steps, comes across field, takes play over towards the grandstand side before he's put on the ground. The second row will delay, then go from dummy half. Makes a few metres too. Now the forward standing out wide, but they turn it back in field.
Green's keeping it alive though. Now Heslin, he doesn't want that ball. He leaves it go back. Mwika starts to play, picks up the loose ball, does Mwika. So he's really applying the pressure for the Warwick side. Now Kevin Kilkelly calls it to the short side, looks for the link up at Wells. He puts it up there, picks up Michael Gibson, loses the ball back, and we'll have a scrum, says the referee, Mr. Bruce Daker. No advantage by the Rununga side that time. It's the Warwick Cow. They don't look too bright with the injuries they have in Paul. They've lost Kerry McLaughlin earlier with a foot injury, and now looks like Matthew Fay going off with a shoulder injury. So bad news for the Warwick Cow side out here today. Not only losing the game, but losing some good players.
Right, Dixon went across, came inside Lee. Good move by the Seagulls. They've taken play just short of the halfway line. Still on the black and white half. Comes across to Snow Wafer. Hadn't been in much play in the last quarter as Wafer, but he's right into it now and takes over the halfway side. Smith there at dummy half. Finds it Green. Green will reuse his fullback coming into the line. Reedy goes right into the fray before he's put on the ground. Covering across there. What's the hooker for the Warwick side? But they use the forward or tried to get the pass up. Nobby Williams. He's having a real props game this afternoon, this week.
Having a better game for the black and white Seagulls, but Warwick pick up the loose ball, Paul. They got the scraps as Tommy Daly tries to work it away there. No support for Daly this time. Let's have some support, says the Warwick. Now big Kevin Kilkelly starts to chime up, turns in the tackle, but no way can he get that ball away. Too many defenders on top of him that time for the Seagulls.
So a player just short of halfway, centre field. Now Thomas runs upfield, runs straight, but he's been taken. Copybook defence that time by Heslin. They bring the broadcast inside, still plugging it. Hines calls for it. Hines gets it. He kicks it downfield. In hindsight, was it a good kick? Yes, it wasn't too bad. McPake's Campton, his quarter, tries to do the bit of a stutter step, but he can't and couldn't get the step out, and he's knocked to the ground. And the final hooter goes for the half-time. Brucey Daker, the referee this afternoon, blows the whistle, and well, injury interesting first half, but it's been all Seagulls in my view, Smithy.
Certainly they've had the flight of this game, Paul, that's for sure. The Seagulls well in control, 20 points to 6, got more tries, put more pressure, playing better football than the Hornets today, and certainly deserved this win. And if they come out in the same vein at half time, I say the Seagulls will fly home with the win.
Obviously Bruce Dacre on a diet, Smithy. He didn't stay long under the tunnel, obviously not into half-time snack or cup of tea.
Probably just a mint tea for Brucey today, Paul. Certainly doesn't look the same real big man of past seasons, but certainly got the command and the respect of the players out today, as Bruce Dacre said, certainly controlling the good game and not going to put up with any rubbish as he showed with the Dealing or Krotrosky there just before half time. But 20 points to 6, the Hornets are on their back foot, Paul. The Seagulls are really taking this game to them, and they've got command of this game in the first half. Certainly a long way back for the Hornets from here.
Couldn't agree more, Smithy. Referee got a lot of respect by the players. He's complete control out here in his annual pilgrimage across the Alps to the West Coast turf, the Wingham Park. Blows the whistle, recommence, second half Wingham Park, Warracow Hornets against the black and white Rununga Seagulls.
Brings it up, Michael Gibson over to halfway. The Warracow boys going to be serious here now. Craig Mawika starts to really sharpen up there. Paul goes to get the ball away, but is not on that time. The tackle was made by the second row. Now we've got the runners coming in. Willie Harris finds a bit of a gap there, takes it up to halfway before Snow Weaver goes over the top and says you're going nowhere there. Left Danny Lee back in his fray there, Paul. So things are starting to happen for the Warracow side now as Tony Hines, the kicker there, tries to find a gap for the Valley boys out behind the defence of Rununga.
20 points to 6. Warracow got the win behind them this time.
They certainly have a lot of playing to do just to catch up to the Rununga side here. Paul said, I've got to really put it on. Big Nobby Williams now tries to bust. He does too. He gets through that first line of defence before he's put down about 3 metres inside Warracow territory.
Gets applause from the big crowd over that far grandstand side. Now they've got their line deep. The Rununga Seagulls. Green takes it into the play. Can't beat the tackle, and he's put on the ground by Hines. Good defence from the young centre for Warracow. Smith dummy half. Runs across. Gives it to his second row. He passes one defender. Weak defence by Warracow. Finally they home in and put the second row down. Gibson the defender. Play it and move it along the line. Where's it going this time? Little kick tried down by Harris. Picked up.
But no way through for Harris as Reedy gets up and closes the door for the Warracow. Now big Kevin Kilkelly shines on the ball. Does a wee bit of a juggle before they pick up Dean Mawika from the full-back, but no way there through there for Mawika that time.
Daly calls. Daly gets it across field to McEnroe.
Playing the advantage as the referee, Mr. Bruce Dacre. He lets them play on there. Warracow get it away. Now they look to go wide towards the grandstand side. Tony Hines only got the winger out there with him. Wells picks the ball up, but the defenders are on top of him. Rununga are defending tenacious out here today because they know they got the start on the Valley boys in the second half here.
Now Dean Mawika in a lot of play in this third quarter out here at Wingham Park. Rangy runner, likes to move, run hard to Mawika. Put on the ground by Lee, he'll play it. Last tackle coming up shortly for the Warracow side. It's been kicked down, charged down. Dixon's got possession, knocked on by Dixon, and the scrum will go down midway, quarter way and halfway.
Well, the idea was right. It's just the application by Daly was quite good enough that stem the flow there, but we've got the loose and the feed, says Craig Mawika. We should be able to win the ball back and put more pressure on this Rununga defence. Well, it's going everywhere, Paul, but out by the looks, and now we've got nothing, says the referee, Mr. Bruce Dacre. Not happy with that. More like a rugby scrum in the end. That it collapsed in the end, and we'll have the scrum again. Having good clean scrums out here, says Mr. Bruce Dacre. As I said earlier, this is part of his refereeing. He likes to put one on the spot and just move the other one up. This time they win it through the Warracow boys as Mawika works off the back of the scrum.
Still going, Mawika. He split him wide open. He's got outside him Michael Gibson, and Gibson will go in. Well, Mawika, the spark again. The inspiration of Warwickshire. And he set them in light from the base of the scrum. Some shoddy defence, some shocking defence by the Seagulls that time. They were standing there preening themselves. Mawika went past. He drew the last line, and outside him he had Gibson. Good try, Warwickshire, Smithy. Don't discount the Hornets.
Certainly not after that, Paul. The Rununga boys, the Seagulls, they'll have to do a lot more than preen themselves if they want to close the door on this the Valley side, because they're making out they're going to march back this, and if we have to do it with 12 players, we'll do the marching. So Rununga have to wake up the ideas. They've got to put the pressure back on. They've got the lead now, but there's still plenty of time for the Hornets to take it off them.
And they've got their thump card in the stand too, and that's Mawika, that's Karosky. Lester will be bringing him on shortly when his time in the cells is over. Can't be far to go for Cracker, but good try. We've got a kick to come. Oh, shocker. That's all you can say, a shocker.
Well, it fell over and he carried on with the kick, did Peter Hines, but it fell over as he did, and of course he could never ever going to kick it when it happened like that. 20 points to 10, only 10 points in the game now. The Warwickshire side got the first points in the second half, the Hornets, but the Rununga side are leading by 10, Paul. 20 points to 10 the scoreline reads, and it's anybody's game out here at Wingham Park today.
Long kick by Lee, trapped by Georgie Best. Mawika didn't get it that time, wasn't one of his best attempts.
This
better
time
attempts.
Now Warwickshire come back. Now his brother Dim Mawika brings it on as the player out of the South comes on, Mr. Kevin Krokowski, for his last game for the Valley boys. And the big kick by Hines now, going to use the wind, but doesn't have the direction that time and pops it straight into touch. And we'll have a scrum right on the quarter line, says the referee, Mr. Bruce Staker. Rununga side about a metre short of the quarter line, hard on attack. The Warwickshire have got to keep Rununga out here, Paul, otherwise the game will slip from their grasp again. Good hook, they work at the blind side. They'll bring Dixon that way. Snapped his legs together, Mawika, ever present in defence, Craig Mawika. Now they'll use big Nobby Williams, runs straight, runs hard, up to the quarter line he goes before he's put on the ground. He plays 4 tackles in hand. They swing it wide, the open side, starting to move. Green stands, pirouette, still going. Green, he's strong, finally goes to ground. 3 tackles in hand. This is where the danger signals start to shine here against Warwickshire. Long cut-out pass, out along the line it goes. Oh, the Rununga, they're on attempt, they're on attack. The ball goes back. Rununga have still got possession. Play on was the call. Danny Lee dances on his feet, delivers out wide. They're not far away, keeping it alive. The Rununga side, they're held up just short, and they'll play it. They've got their line deep. Warwickshire dive from under the hole in goal here, and they've got possession. Well, that's the hero. That's the man from the stands. Kevin Krokowski, he's taking the ball off the Rununga play. We're not awake the Seagulls that time, preening themselves again as the Hornets start to buzz away from their own goal line. And here he goes too. Have a look at him. Cracker Karosky. They can't put him down. Elbows and knees they call him as he brings it up towards the quarter. Now he gets them going. Craig Mawika says, well, have that kick downfield. Peter Hines, this is how you, Tony Hines, this is how you kick the ball, says Mawika as he kicks it up towards the fullback, and the fullback doesn't go far before Peter Hines this time picks him up. Reedy brothers combine. Reedy at dummy half, runs across field. He's met, barrage of defence, driven back, taken by McEnroe. Reedy to play. Dummy half McPake, they swing it across, second row, the number 11 goes across field, there's no way through, they've started to pick their game up. I thought they were, no, it was a Sunday, I thought they were out here for a Sunday stroll on that first half. Warwickshire, they're starting to put things together out here at the moment, Smithy. Well, the only people that were strolling in the first half forward, there was the Rununga Seagulls, they were strolling in for points, and if they were at the park on a Sunday, the Warrior boys, they were only just standing and watching. But this time the Rununga side tried to put it up, but the pressure of the defence coming up quick on them create the error for the Seagulls that time. Karosky up there on the fray, kick been charged down, it'll go back to first tackle. Play continues. 5 in hand for the Rununga side now as Bernard Green's put the ground by the second row for the Warwickshire team. 2 tackles called, loud and clear was the call. Now got Nobby Williams up to the halfway, proven a bit of a handful out here this afternoon for the Warwickshire side. Knocked over by Karosky. Gibson, Thomas was there as well. Heslin bumps his way upfield.
2 tackles in hand. Well, they go the open side. Danny Lee calls, delivers his pass, turns it back into Dixon, into Green, better room to move. Here they come, they're on to Reedy running well. Finally they get up right on that, towards that quarter line. Good attack that time, good combination from the black and white back line.
Bit slow to get up and play the ball that time though, Reedy was. Now Danny Green starts to step out of one tackle ball, picks up the centre that time, tries to sharpen it up, but throws the ball to ground, and the Warwick players pick up the loose scraps, Paul, and they'll say thank you very much to relieve the pressure on us.
20 points to 10, Warwick trailing this Rununga side as they try and work it away from their own quarter. 2 tackles gone. Now they'll use Karosky.
Throws a dummy.
Pirouette, throws a bit of a dummy, then delivers. Good work by the
old stager come back in for his last game, Paul, but they bring it up towards the quarter to the Hornets as they try to get out of put in pressure. This time Peter Hines drives it downfield right over the heads of the Reedy brothers there, Paul, as the winger goes back to pick it up.
And good play once again. They camp them down on their quarter line. Good kick.
Mark Reedy runs it away from the base of the ruck that time. This time they pick Bernie Green up on the burst. Green is looking for his runners though. Nobody there, and the defence is there for the Warwick side. They tag him down 2 metres short of halfway.
Now Lee running with a bit of speed, but he's been picked and put down. Good work by Thomas. Good defence. Cross it goes to Green. Seen a lot of ball in these last few minutes. Long floating pass by Dixon. Finds the hands of Williams. Straightens the attack up. Goes to ground. Ball goes forward. Warwick have got possession. Wells has picked it up, and Wells will take the tackle about 5 metres inside his own half over the far grandstand side. Now Karosky goes from dummy half. Makes good meterage too, does Karosky. He's a cracker at that, Smithy.
He's certainly a cracker out here today when he is out here, Paul. Now they start to sharpen it up. This time the prop forward. We've used the cross here, have we? And we've got a penalty to the Rununga side. No? Penalty goes to...
Well, he's Bruce's first mistake.
Yeah, well, he's given the penalty to the wrong side. If it was a cross, because Warwick had...
It's a cross by his name. And Ted won't be happy with that, Bruce.
It's a big van out here today, but anyway, that's just a slight error by the referee there. He had the cross all right, but he gave the penalty to the side that created the offence.
And the Seagull, there's a bit of a cross here, and that one didn't work either.
Now it looks like the second row got in the way of big Kevin Kilkelly this time. Loose ball by Warwick. Now they find McEnroe out here to tennis play. He starts to sharpen up, but no way through the defence there as the Seagulls scramble back and cover the game.
Oh, there's attack coming from the red side. The Hornets, they're hot. They move in their ball. They're about 2 tackles in hand. There's an overlap out wide if they want to use it, but too slow getting up to play it. Moika dummy half turns it back infield. Here they go. Here we are. Where are we going? Are we going in for a try? No. Referee says forward ball.
Up too keen was Willie Harris that time, Paul, in front of the man, Tony Hides. Too slow that time. They used the old loop between the legs, Paul, but possibly would have been better with a quick pass out to the overlap out on the broadcasting side, but didn't see it, the Warwick player, so paid the penalty.
So 20 points to 10, still in front of the Seagulls, inside their own 5 metres short. One against the head. Here's Mwika. Here's danger again. Here's Daly going for the line. Oh, he's not far away. What's the referee going to do? Yes, he's given the try. Well, took his time in deliverance. Well, Mwika again, the initial spark, Smithy, and the flame was finished off by Daly. Burst onto it too, and he had a couple of defenders on him. Obviously, credit goes to the attacking side.
Certainly does, Paul. He got the ball to ground only just before they turned it over. I thought it touched the ground from where I was looking. Whether it was over the line or not was my only discretion there. It was, according to the referee, Bruce Taker. He knew it was a try. He was just covering everything there. Gave the try, but credit goes to the Warwick pack that time, Paul. They won the ball against the head that time, and Mwika fast off the base of the scrum, committed the standoff and gave the gap for Daly to get the points.
20 points to 14, kick to come, and it's a fairly kickable kick, long as it doesn't fall over this time for Hines. Been doing a wee bit of practicing, has this Peter Hines, and he's kicking. And it shows. Good kick that time, no mistake. The flags go up, the uprights were there. So too was the ball, and it's 16 points to 20. Rununga hanging on to that early lead, and they're slowly getting it cut back. Only a 4-point margin now.
Well, better game by the Valley in this second quarter, third quarter, Paul, the second half, of course. They've been playing tactic football. They've been reefing the ball down, using the wind and playing this game in Rununga's territory. And of course, the Rununga sometimes just finding a wee bit wanting, especially around the base of the scrum there today. And the Warwick players have been picking up the points.
Well, it's all Warwick, all the Hornets in this third quarter out here at Wingham Park. Rununga, they've had 3 tries. Lee has scored 2 and Bernie Green 1. We've had 2 conversions by Lee and a penalty goal for the Warwick side so far. Mawika, Gibson and Daly have scored, and Hines 2 conversions. 20 points to 16, Warwick. They'll work it up to the halfway line. McEnroe with a bit of space to more. He's been slammed down, put on the ground. Good defence by Danny Lee, the skipper for the Rununga side. They'll bring it across. Here's Mawika now. He's got Kilkelly. Turns it back infield, doubles round Daly. Kilkelly still going, the big bloke. Gets the ball up
off the ground.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the action replay, Smithy. Referee's ruled off the ground. I don't know if the ball carrying arm was on the ground.
We might have touched it first when it went down, Paul, but I'd have to
we'd have to
have a look at that one again myself.
But Bruce was there.
Referee's only got a quick decision to make, and he made it, and we'll have the penalty to the Rununga team now as big Kevin Heslin's fast to chuff up. Paul brings it up to about 3 metres from where they played the ball before the Warwick defence meet him and halt him.
Oh, he's fast. This Heslin's fast when he wants to be. Second rower now, 2 tackles gone. Play centre field, just outside the quarter line. They bring it the broadcast inside. Russell Smith, Kaliapa, he's got Nobby Williams, a big player. Oh, Karaka-Karosky's got him in a good tackle, but Williams, he's having a good game. When you're not expecting him, he comes on like a ton of bricks, and he looks like a ton of bricks too when he's moving.
He's moving faster, right? Pulls a ton of bricks on a steam locomotive as they put the long pass in again. Does the Rununga side, they still juggle it back, bring it back towards the goal post. They pick up the second row now. He's got space to move in, but he's got players all over him from the Warwick side, and they stop the progress there once again.
2 tackles in hand, it goes across, cut-out pass, long pass, a good pass too, the overlaps out wide, oh, they're not far out, good defence over the far side, good defence as they play it and move it. Snow Wafer's got possession, turns it into Danny Lee, balks, does a bit of a pirouette, dances again, sends it back to Snow Wafer, and he'll go in unopposed and he'll score a good try. Constant pressure from the black and whites, the Seagulls, the cut-out passes, everything you want, everything in the book of rugby league, and we've certainly seen it finally, a 4-pointer by Snow Wafer, and that's what the Rununga side needed. They were getting a wee bit lackadaisical out there. Finally they're getting their act together, and it's 24 points to 16, kick to come.
Well, they were allowed to play the game, Paul. They stood off Danny Lee, he pushed him left, right and centre, he jinked, he did everything he liked. The Warwick, the Hornets, they didn't make that tackle, didn't put him down on the ground, and finally the pass to Snow Wafer was good. Snow Wafer had the sense to know where the line was, and he got the 4-pointer. 24 points to 16, an 8-point margin once again. Danny Lee certainly got his kicking boots on here today. He certainly wanted to convert this and put it out to 10 points a game, but first bit of form for Rununga in the second half there. They showed they can score the tries. The Warwick Cowboys, they've got to get up and put them on the ground if they want to stop the Rununga taking this game off them.
Danny Lee's got the wind against him as he comes back, strikes, good looking kick, no mistake about it, he's got the boots on all right. 26-16, 10 points margin again.
Seidel smiles will be on the Rununga face again. They'll be glad to have that. We've got about 24 minutes of rugby league left out here at Wingham Park, Paul. The game's still well and truly entrenched in the Rununga's camp. The Seagulls done the work in the early half, the first half. They got the points on the board that first start. Will it tell against the Warwick team out here today, or will they be able to bring in their famous last quarter?
Well, famous last quarter, famous last words. Who knows? Rugby league, anything can happen. Picked up by Reedy, took his time. He's got possession though, just inside his quarter, he's throwing down. Wells was there, they work at the short side. Too many defenders, no holes through there. Now Lee.
Brings
His
up
runners
Nobby
again,
Williams
Nobby.
again.
Well, he's running more than Heslin this afternoon, Smithy. This time they'll use Heslin. No.
He's running with effect too, as Nobby Williams today. Paul Mark Dixon finds a bit of a gap, but Tommy Daly scrambles back, grabs hold of his shirt collar, Paul, and Dixon's going nowhere that time. Slow to his feet, Dixon. He didn't, took a bit of a knock on the hip or something.
Hard run by Green, but just as good effective tackle by Craig Mawika. He's the form player out there at the moment for the red side.
Wells covers the kick by Daniel Lee. Good kick by Daniel Lee. Just bounced didn't go his way. This time McEnroe picks it up on the basic scrum. Shows a bit of speed, does McEnroe. Over halfway now. Only one man to beat as he starts to go around the fullback, but Reedy's got him covered all the way.
The Reedy brothers combine. Brothers Reedy. They've got McEnroe. What a run from the speedster for Warwick. Here they come. The surge is coming from the red side. Too slow getting it out. We got Kilkelly standing out wide. Someone inside him's wanted, and that's what they get. But he's been bowled over. Dean Mawika came in the line. Someone got in his way that time. Referee will blow his whistle, let him up and play it. McPake was there, so too was the
Dixon,
the standoff, and McPake's been put over the far wing where he belongs.
Sent back. They got the penalty now for Hines plays it. There's Kokrosky. This is where he's dangerous. He takes it up into the fray. He's only metres short as Kevin Kokrosky. He wants a last try out here. As the Warwick Cows send it wide now. Mawika stands. He looks for the defenders. They come up to meet him too, but too many there for Mawika to take on.
26 points to 16. Warwick 4 tackles in hand. Karosky passed out, got it up to Daly. Now they turn it and pirouette it, but there's no way through. The Black Seagulls home in on the ball, and they put it on the ground, so they play it. Thomas now, the little bustling front row forward, runs hard, but he's knocked over. They sandwich him, and Thomas will get up and play it. They're all over him like a rash, a black rash. The Seagulls going across field. Hines, they haven't got him. Oh, there's an overlap out there. So now they'll work it, still keeping it alive. Daly turns it upfield, but the ball's been knocked down, and they'll play it. There's only one tackle left, too slow in getting it up that time. And
got it back, but they covered the loose ball to the rununga. The Deerers were there, too slow to play the ball, too quick to run onto it was Kilkelly, and in the end the advantage went against the Warwick Cows side, and Rununga will come away as they work the ball out from their own goal line.
Well, the opportunities they had then, Smithy, they should have scored. They didn't.
Yes, well, just took the wrong options, Paul. They should have had some moves going there. Learned a few tricks out of old Donny Monk's book and got a couple of moves on, because the Rununga defence was just too solid for individual stuff, and in the end they kept the old Hornets out.
So they're leading by 10 points, 26 points to 16. The Rununga side in front over the Warwick Hornets. Williams plays it. Now they work a switch. Danny Lee, Green couldn't take it. Been knocked on now. We've got Mawika. Goes forward and takes it. Play's been carried on, but referees
giving the ball to the black side because Mawika lost the ball forward. He played the advantage. Did Rununga come up with the loose ball that time? They picked the scraps up again to Seagull as Danny Lee tries to take it away from the base of the ruck. Doesn't get far before he's put on the ground.
Smith will play now, right on the quarter line, centre field. Green, been tipped up, put on the ground. Gibson the defender.
Cracker in all over top. He says, I'd like to see you, Green, and this is probably his last confrontation, last chance today for Cracker to tackle Green.
Now Dixon puts the ball in 2 hands, but he's taken, they don't read it, they put him to ground. Defence, the game has gone up a notch. Now Snow Wafer finds a bit of a hole. Centre kicks, the rugby style kick, gets centre field. There's a scramble and a scuffle, and Warwick got possession. Well, a centre kick for his outside backs.
Now Mawika starts to work away from the ruck, but he doesn't beat the winger McPate. He puts him down, grabs him by the hand and takes him to ground.
Kilkelly, untidy ball, been picked up by Gibson. Goes across field before he's taken. McPake coming in, doing a lot of tackling from his wing. Long arms. Oh.
The little kick goes up.
Lee.
McPake felt the brunt of that one there. Tried to cover the runners coming through. Mawika give him a big bump. Paulie goes back gingerly to his wing this time, but Rununga have got the loose ball. They covered that. Now they pick up the second row. Start to show a bit of speed this second row before he meets Kokrosky. Kokrosky says, I'll have the ball. He gets it too.
Oh, Cracker. The stealer. Good on the loose ball. Defence is good out wide. Bernie Green.
Bad pass that time by Mawika, but it comes out to Tommy Daly now. Looks to put the ball back in field. Cracker meets the defence. Green and Williams having a good game this front row forward for the Rununga side today. In the defence, in the attack, Paul, in everything today.
The long float out the cutter. Tony Tynes steps, still going, turns it back and field to McEnroe. Oh, he got it up to Mawika. Mawika couldn't take it. Mawika dives on it and will force the scrum. Well, McEnroe's sharp, but they know he's sharp too, and they're trying to blunt his attack, and they did that then. They sandwiched him just over the halfway line, but just about curtains, nearly a 4-pointer. He had Mawika coming off him, screaming for possession.
Just couldn't get it up far enough for Mawika to take it forward. Knocked it forward, and the pressure went off the Rununga side. Looks like Rununga made a replacement. One of the new second rows going off, Paul. I just didn't quite pick up who come on to replace him.
Well, the scrum's been won by the Rununga side. Danny Lee goes to this blind side over that grandstand touchline way before he's put on the ground. Gibson the defender. Lee will play.
Rodriguez it is. That's the replacement player there for the Rununga side. Rudy plays the ball now. Picks up the new player, Rodriguez. True to form as well, Roddy. He puts the ball to the ground. We'll have a scrum, says the referee, Mr. Breestaker. Just starting to get a wee bit scrappy there and there.
Still 10 points in it, 26-16. Black and white's in front over the Reds. Mawika will put it in. Play on with the call, you heard it, loud and clear. Mawika finds a bit of a gap, having a great game out here this afternoon, Craig Mawika. Oh, they come in from all angles. Finally, they put the half-back down on the ground. He's only about 10 metres short. What a run. They'll use the big players. Where are they? Looking for Karosky, looking for Kilkelly.
They got Kilkelly this time. Now they come bring it across to the broadcaster's side. Bad pass for Daly. Picks up McEnroe's back. He juggles the ball, Paul, but he seems to find a gap there. He's acing his way through there, but he keeps it alive too. Picks up Dean Mawika out here. We've got the overlap out here for young Hines, and he'll go in for the 4-pointer.
Oh, good try, good try. Once again, the initial spark. Mawika put the attack, put the black and whites on the back foot. They had to use their forwards. They used Kilkelly, then they started to move it. I thought it was a bit slow at first, but McEnroe, great ball juggling skills. That circus control, Smithy, and finally set the wingers alight, and they're in for the corner. And well, good 4 points. Difficult kick, but 4 points is better than none.
Well, it brings them 6-point margin, Paul. Another converted try, and they could be in front if they convert this one, but certainly that was better play by Warwick. They kept the ball alive. They had to do a bit of juggling and a couple of loose passes, but in the end they got their act together and they got the 4-pointer.
I don't know, I've had been keeping the time. Put never through. I would say probably about 15 with a give.
Referee having a talk back, bit of a George Bellani. Kick comes, nice looking kick here by Tony Hines. Up go the flags, and oh, there's only 4 points in it. Warwick coming back into this last quarter as we move into it. Out here at Wingham Park, 26 points to 22. It's a good ball game. It's a Coxshaw Brothers one-rounder. $500 at stake for the winner of this round, and both sides want to prove that they are certainly worth their medal in this competition.
They want to prove they're contenders, Paul, and that's what they're doing today. Only 4 points in it now, 26 points to 22. Can the Valley boys, can the Hornets march back? Are they a buzzing now? Are they doing enough, Paul? Because Rununga has still got the lead. They've done the early work. They put all their heart into the first part. They took the early points as they kicked the ball deep into the Warwick side. They bring it away now.
They'll use a little buster, the stocky buster. Thomas comes upfield before he's knocked over. He's put on the ground, second rower. Now we've got it. They will use a cutout. They had the decoy going through. Now they use Tony. Oh, it's little Mawika, the fullback. He delivered nicely up towards the halfway. Warwick out, take it. 2 tackles gone. McEnroe plays. We've got Karosky, runs hard, runs straight. Oh, he's lost the ball forward. They rip it out. Snowwaver. Still got possession, Dixon. So good work gone astray.
Let's see if he can get it back. Kevin the Steeler, they call him. He lost it that time. They always say you can always con a con man, and that's what they done to him. They took the ball away from him, took the pressure off them, did the Rununga players. Now they start to sharpen it up. The best forward for the Rununga side out here today, and Big Nobby Williams takes it away, but McEnroe takes the ball off him. Looks for a bit of space as McEnroe's got it outside too, and he starts to set his lights are buzzing for the try line, but having trouble again with the fullback and Reedy, and of course no way for the coverer.
Well, it was Wafer's tackle with a bit of hindrance there from Reedy, but but the surge is coming. Mawika again, still going. Craig Mawika, they hold him up. He's about 10 metres out from the black and white Seagulls line. 3 tackles in hand. Long it goes. Daly, pirouetted pass on to Tony Hines. In comes the line. There they go. Wells over the far side, but he's held up to the Rununga side to pick possession up. No, Warwickar have got it. Desperate defence there. Quick play, the ball wanted. Along the line, the Callier pass needed. Where's the hand? Kilkelly couldn't take it. Wasn't a good pass. He overrun it again, Smithy.
Kilkelly's getting there too early, Paul. He's overrunning the ball. Does he want the ball or not? Does he want to get there too early? He's getting there too quick, and he's nullifying the attack by the Warwickar players.
Well, he wants to come onto it. He wants to surge onto that ball, and the penalty's gone to rip the ball out when the player was claimed. And Bruce Dacre, having no part of it, he says, let's get in there and let's play the game properly. Penalty to the Seagulls.
Certainly played away. Now Nobby Williamson takes on the defence too, does Nobby. Brings it up. Where are the other Rununga forwards? He says, let somebody else do a bit of work. They take it away. Warwickar bummed that one, Paul. They made a mistake. They made the error. Too keen to get up was Kilkelly, and they left the pressure off. Now Rununga start to play it away. We've got the 4-point lead. They say, let's try and hold it. Take this ball out of their half. Bernard Green makes an error there. Puts the ball to the ground down. A chance for Warwickar to come back in. 10 minutes of rugby league still. Plenty of time for Warwickar to take the lead.
Well, we picked Warwickar this morning, like I said earlier on, Smithy. Rununga, the Seagulls, trying to prove us wrong out here. They're doing a good job at the moment.
I thought they'd be a long way closer this time, Paul. They proved me right here to Rununga side. They still got this game. They could take it off the Warwickar side, but the ball's going, a lot of ball going to the Valley side. The Hornets have got the ball again from the scrum. It's Mawika this time is claimed, but 5 in hand for the Valley boys.
Now Dean Mawika sharpens the attack up. Midway quarter one, halfway, 15 metres from broadcast and touch. He's put on the ground, and referee says hindrance there by Dixon. Well, he went to play
that time. We'll have a penalty. What does Daly say here? Kick it out. We'll set it up. We've got to get a 6-pointer to win this game. Still plenty of time for a 2-pointer though, I thought. But anyway, we'll get back up in the game. It's out on quarter line. They've got to hold it for 6 to Valley boys. They've got to put the pressure on this Rununga defence if they want to take the game off them.
Well, they'll use Karosky, the battering ram they call him. Right comes that crossfield. Here's Cracker. Here he comes, still going. They hold him up, try and put him down. They can't. They wrestle him. Finally goes to ground. Smith and Lee have got him. Now they work the crisscross. Here's Mawika going straight through. How they won't get him. Yes, he's in. Whoa, great Mawika. What a try. The old Warwickar cross. You'd remember that, Smithy, from
Certainly remember that, Paul. They used to use bigger players, of course. They used to have Oil McLennan and Big Joe McKinnon and Oil, of course. McLennan and the Big Joe McKinnon used to go, but they've done it to perfection. Lester's used it a lot of times. He's been in those crosses. Kevin Crosser, he would remember them, but they done it well that time, the Warwickar boys. They used the cross. The man up the centre took it that time. Craig Mawika having a good game out here for the Warwickar side is Craig Mawika, and he took the 4-pointer just to the right of the upright and equals the points for the Warwickar side.
Certainly player of the day for Warwickar in my book. This Mawika. His form in the last few weeks has been exceptional. Having a great game, and all the say out here for the Hornets. That's 26 all. We've got a kick to come. Crucial kick here for Hines, the Rununga side. We thought in this last quarter this is where Warwickar would be hard, and they've certainly gone up a notch out here at the moment.
Well, that's what they need when they're close to the line, Paul. They've got to have the moves, and they pulled that old move, an old Warwickar move, a good cross. One going left and one going right, and of course the one up the centre. You don't know who's going to get it. You think the biggest is. Sometimes he doesn't, Paul, and sometimes you don't get points, but other times you do, and that time they did, and they've converted it. Of course, Peter Hines, as I said, he's been training with his kicking boots up the valley, Paul, and he's put that one over. So finally the Warwickar boys take the lead.
28 points to 26, 2 points in it. What a game of rugby league out here. Bruce Dacre will be enjoying it. You've got everything you'd want in a game, all sorts of decisions wanted and got, and Rununga bring it back to the halfway line, and the former Danny Lee, he'll restart. There's only about 7 minutes of rugby league left as the kick goes downfield. It's taken. Warwickar have got possession, and they'll bring it up now just outside their quarter line, and Karosky goes into dummy half. Gibson will play it. Guy goes himself dummy half, the old Fox.
The old Fox, he pops it up
backfield.
He's an old fox, all right. He doesn't play the full game, but he's out here last game for the Warwick side. He's had a lot to do with their coming back. Now Willie Harris starts to really sharpen up as he brings it in. Brings it up about 3 metres short of halfway. Warwick 3 in hand.
Moika on to Daly. Cut out past. Oh, he slipped on the ground that time. Still got possession now, Daly.
Demon Wicker starting to get in. He's getting Cole back there at full-back forward, but he can't get away from Bernie Green. He claims him. They still haven't made any ground from that 3 metres. This time, Craig Mwika goes for the kick, tries to find McPate out of position, but he doesn't. One bounce, and McPate says, I'll have that ball. He starts to sharpen up the speed, tries to beat the defence, beats Wells, but he can't beat the other defence. The second row claims him that time for Warwick here.
Now Snow Wafer, toiled all day as snow. Unmarked. Wafer goes again. Well, he's made 20 metres.
He's made a lot of ground. No one to come in this time. Rununga not out of this game yet. Now they try to look for the players out wide. Pick up the centre. He tries to step over the defence there, but McEnroe comes in off his wing and claims him.
Only 2 points in it, 28 points to 26. Big form, Williams. Still going, Williams. He's busted through, or he's looking to get the ball up. Look left, look right. Finally goes to ground. He'll play it. Reedy at dummy half. Good pass on to Lee. The cut-out ball against. He's used it all day this afternoon as Lee. Goes across to Dixon. The wee stab kick goes through. There's a balk and there's a bundle, and the ball goes to the ground. Oh, they couldn't capitalise on it. It was on. And Warwick, they went for that ball. They've knocked it down, and the scrum will go. Well, there was no one back there. Dean Week was just getting across.
Well, they were playing with a player short too, because Michael Gibson took a knock earlier, Paul, and there was a couple of holes in the Hornets side that time, but the Seagulls couldn't take advantage of it, and they lost it.
Oh, scramble for the ball. 2 good players in Lee and Mwika. Both had excellent games out here this afternoon. The force between both
classy
sides.
players. This time the Rununga side pick up the ball from the scrum. They haven't won many. They come up Dixon, but he likes to hold the ball, and Tommy Daly says, you're not going far past me.
So plays it. Green triumphs away from dummy half. He's strong. Green, they throw him round, they turn him, and finally he goes to ground. He's about 10 metres out, right in front of the Warwick post. Danny Lee gets it up to the second row. He's standing out wide. He's been knocked over. One over the top, one underneath, and he'll get up and play it. 3 tackles in hand. They work at the short side. Standing out wide is Snow Wafer again. Still keeps it alive. Here we go. They're not far out. Here's the referee having a look. No, only a metre short. The surge coming from the black and whites. Back it goes. Warwick desperate here. They use the big pass. Nobby Williams, he's going for the line. He drams it down. Oh, he's not in yet. The ball's gone. Yes. Well, referee had a good look. Nobby says, I'm going, and I've busted him all day. I've got to get a reward out here this afternoon.
Well, there you are. There's a determined player, Nobby Williams. I said he's having his best game of the year. He's having his best game ever for this Rununga side today. He says, if you young little fellas can't get tried, I'll try to use my strength, and that's what he done. He slammed the ball down. The referee was only making sure. He looked across. He knew it was a try. He took his time, and certainly Nobby Williams was awarded for his good play.
30 points to 28, 2 points in it. Kick to come by Danny Lee. Well, there's not many minutes left on the clock. What's going to happen here? Who's going to come out on top at the moment? This Warwick side trailing by 2, and paper's gone out the door.
Well, you've lost your paper, Paul, but it's 30 points to 28 if you want to know the score, folks. That's the score. It's a seesawing game in this last quarter. Rununga have been leading for the 3 quarters before that, but finally Warwick took the lead off them. They worked their way back, but did they give the Seagulls too much start? Because the Seagulls have just got their second win, Paul. They went up there and they put the points, and they've taken the lead again. They've got that kick to come from Danny Lee.
Talk about the second win. There's a big wind out here this afternoon. The ball's been blown over. Lee goes and puts it straight up and down again, round the corner style.
He'd want this conversion out here today, Danny Lee. A 4-point margin would be better than a 2.
Kicks it well too. Oh, no mistake. He hasn't missed this afternoon, Danny Lee. And the Rununga crowd, they roar for their black and white Seagulls. It's been a good game. It's been a close game. 2 fairly even match sides this afternoon. Warwick started off a wee bit slow. They've surged in this last quarter, but counter-attack. Great try, Nobby Williams. He's taken the play right back and put the black and whites back in front.
The Seagulls have taken the scraps off the Hornets today, Paul. It's only 4 minutes of rugby league. 32 points to 28. As the Warwick slammed the ball down towards the Rununga territory.
Second row it takes it, brings it up to the quarter line as the raindrops fall. Now Smith Russell Smith, he's been knocked over. 4 points in it.
They find that other prop forward, Hessel now, but he doesn't get a good pass off the dummy half, and he's got to take the tackle.
There's no way, the 3 tackles gone. Over that far grandstand side, the Rununga Seagulls, they play it. The Hornets on defence. There's Rodriguez. Run straight.
The call out there is hold it, because they know Roddy's got some bad hands. But now Danny Lee goes for the kick. He puts it straight up and down, though. He doesn't make much ground. He's up there first, but McEnroe, he's equal to the occasion. He takes the ball out of the sky.
Oh, took it well. Here we got Mawika now, trying to get his side going. Had his brother off him, Dean, but he's taken in the tackle, Rodriguez and Bernie Green. They work at the short side. Dean, Mawika turns, comes infield as Kevin Kulkali. Still going, gets it up to the winger on the far side here, but he's been put down and he'll play it. Hines will play it second row, loose forward. Calling for a Daly. Daly, long pass out to Mawika. Mawika onto Hines. They're flat-footed. Now they get McEnroe moving. It's running across field. McEnroe calls Wells inside him. They've still got possession. The Warwick side keeping it alive's the name of the game out here this afternoon. And Warwick, they'll take the pass. 2 tackles gone, 4 in hand as Mawika moves into dummy half. Long pass out to Goroski. Oh, wayward looking ball, but he picks up the Mawika. Runs hard, runs straight. Still going Mawika up to the quarter line before he's knocked over. Gibson's got possession for Warwick. Referee's called held. The ball's gone to ground and they've got the scrum.
Well, move been nullified. The fence was scraggly by the Rununga side. They tried to scrag the ball. They got it out of Dean Mawika's hand. Paul, and will have a scrum, so attack's gone to nothing for the Warwick side.
Good surge that time from the Hornets though, Smithy.
Certainly looked like they wanted to come back right into this game, Paul. Rununga have got to win this scrum now to keep the Hornets out of their own backyard.
Try play here. Here's Mawika. Still going Craig Mawika. They can't put him down. Finally goes down. Heady play by Lee, but it's gone against Lee. Now they come across field. They got the line. Dying minutes out here at Wingham Park. McEnroe took it. They're going across field. D Mawika. Still going Mawika. He had a player with him, but he's been knocked over. Only a couple of metres short over the far side. Seesaw and stuff. Now we got Wells. Still going. Oh, he's only knocked over 2 metres short. The surge coming. Can the Seagulls hold him out? This is where they go, and they've gone in for the try. Well, they've bounced back.
McEnroe, that's the
tennis player. He's an ace.
He's an ace. He's an ace for the Warwick side that time. They had big Kevin Kilkelly coming on. They were watching Kilkelly. McEnroe realised that, Paul. He played his ace shot there, and he won the game for the Warwick side.
Well, he served up just what they wanted, Warwick in the dying stages out here at Wingham Park this afternoon. It's 32 points to 34 now, with a kick to come by. Of course, I think that's the score, Smithy, is that right?
32 points all, Paul. We got the kick to come from Peter Hines if he's going to win the game for the Warriors side.
Well, you've just butted in. I was going to say it's 34 points to 32. If he gets the kick, if we got the score, that's what it is. And, well, great try by McEnroe. Pressure coming from the Warwick. Crucial scrum, like you said, Smithy.
Well, yes, they won 4 tight heads so far, the Valley boys, Paul. They've just had a better scrummaging technique than Rununga out here today. Crucial kick here for young Hines, this one by Paul. Needs this to win the game.
Comes back, kicks. Oh, you hear it by the crowd. We don't have to tell you, but the lens will tell you the shot. Oh, right on the hooter, right on the button. He puts the kick across and 34 points to 32. Well, I haven't got my paper, Smithy. I'm going on memory, but that's what it is. Just reinforced my statement.
Well, I feel sorry for the Seagulls, Paul. They did everything but win the game out here today. They threw all they had out at the Valley boys right in the first half. They was 20 points to 6 at half time. They certainly deserved the game. The Valley boys took the lead off them in the late part of the last quarter, Paul, but the Rununga, they showed their class. They came back and took the lead back again, but the old Hornets, they still had a bit of sting left in their tail, and they come back and took the game off them right in the dying moments. And I didn't think they really deserved it, the Warwick side, but certainly I thought Rununga deserved the game, but Warwick showed they got a wee bit of class in coming back and taking the game off them.
Well, good to see the Rununga certainly not holding anything against the referee this afternoon, Bruce Dacre. They all went up and shook hands with him when the hooter and the last last moments on the ground did eventuate. So had a good game too, Bruce Dacre, this afternoon, Smithy. He'll be happy with his initiation into the 89 Rugby League season here on the West Coast.
Certainly would, Mr. Bruce Dacre. Well, as you said before, a well-known identity. Always got at least one annual trip over here, Paul, and he'll be happy with the game he had today.
So we bid you good afternoon from Wingham Park.